And now moving to South America, Bolivia is poised for a major political shift after centrist Rodrigo Paz won the country's presidential runoff, ending nearly 2 decades of leftist rule. Paz, a 58-year-old senator from the Christian Democratic Party, defeated his conservative rival and will take office on November 8th, inheriting a fragmented legislature and an economic crisis.
Thank you. Today democracy won. Today Bolivia won, and we're just going to think about Bolivia. Enough of hatred, racism, division. One Bolivia.
The victory marks a historic change for Bolivia, which has been governed almost continuously by the leftist movement since 2006. The leftist party, founded by former President Evo Morales, had strong support from the country's indigenous majority, but voter frustration over economic stagnation and shortages helped propel Paz's rise. In August's first round of voting, the party's support collapsed amid soaring inflation, falling gas exports, and fuel scarcity.
I hope this government is good and not like before. I have hope that everything will be fine this time and we won't suffer like before. That would be all.
Now, Paz's moderate platform has aimed to balance continuity with reform. Speaking from the Bolivian city of La Paz on election night, Paz said, quote, "We must open Bolivia to the world," signaling a departure from the isolationist policies of the previous administration.
We have extended a hand to all political forces in parliament because I believe the mandate of the Bolivian people is not confrontation. It is not violence in the streets, but rather the opposite, to restore lost institutional order, and in that, the National Assembly has a fundamental role.
Now, it turns out the key to Paz's campaign was his running mate, Edmund Lara, a former police officer who gained fame on TikTok for exposing corruption. Lara's populist appeal helped connect Paz with younger and working-class voters. Yet while the presidential win was decisive, Paz's party fell short of a legislative majority, winning 49 of 130 lower house seats and 16 of 36 Senate seats, slightly ahead of the former president's party coalition. Now, this will force Paz to negotiate alliances to pass reforms.
Agreements will be made transparent. The problem with those agreements was that they weren't transparent, and what the Bolivian people want is transparency. You know that part of our strong criticism of the 20 years of MAS rule is that geopolitically and geoeconomically, Bolivia today has no specific weight in the international arena.
Bolivia's economic challenges are immediate. The country faces high inflation, long fuel queues, and dwindling foreign reserves. Now, Paz has outlined measures to address fuel shortages through deferred payment agreements and plans to phase out universal fuel subsidies, targeting support only to vulnerable groups while larger industries pay market rates. In fact, a key priority for Paz will be restoring ties with the United States. Morales had expelled U.S. diplomats and severed relations over allegations of interference. Now, Paz, on the other hand, has pledged a rapprochement, announcing discussions with U.S. officials and plans for a $1.5 billion economic cooperation deal to secure fuel supplies.
Spoken with the U.S. Deputy Secretary Christopher Landau, as we publicly stated, about the efforts so that, together with friendly countries like Brazil, Uruguay, Paraguay, and Argentina, they can collaborate starting from the 9th of November, based on the country's need to resolve the long lines we have due to the hydrocarbons issue. The process is ongoing. We are coordinating in the best way to ensure the arrival of that much-needed hydrocarbon linked to gasoline and diesel.
Secretary of State Marco Rubio welcomed Paz's victory, calling it a transformative opportunity, while President Donald Trump also sent congratulations. And despite the optimism surrounding his election, doubts still remain. So as Bolivia prepares for its new leadership, the international community watches closely. And with a fragile economy, a divided legislature, and the challenge of rebuilding foreign relations, Paz faces a delicate balancing act.
Want the facts?
The latest developments?
News that gets straight to the point. Well, we've got all three just for you. This is Firstpost Live, a brand new show, your window into what really matters.
Don't miss it.